Hello, we are with family, with the Green family, and this is our session 4, role play 3. Hello, George.
Hello.
Hello, Annie.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing today?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Good. That's good.
Yes. So, how are things going?
Better than expected. We, I guess, started doing our homework that you assigned us. I have been coming home more often. I've seen an improvement in Annie's, I guess, emotional side towards me because she knows I'm there now. More. At least I would think so. Yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. We're doing okay.
And I tried taking Grandma out. I don't know whether she enjoyed it or not, but I tried the whole bingo thing. I think she got more frustrated with me because I didn't know really what I was doing. Seemed easy enough, but she didn't like how I was playing. But still working on it. I think she liked the fact that I took her, but still got frustrated with me. Maybe we'll try something different next time. Something both of us might like instead of just her.
Good.
Yeah.
So, when did you go? When did you go for?
We went on a Thursday night.
Okay.
All her old friends were there, so she really didn't want to deal with me, I guess. She just wanted a chauffeur or something, but I stayed there with her the whole time, so I saw how she was around with her friends, and hopefully, I'm hoping our situation between the both of us could hopefully end up like that, the way she was with her friends, because it was nice seeing that.
Nice. Very good. And with your homework, George, about showing your caring for Annie in a special way, did you get to do something for her?
I did get around to it. It was kind of late, but when I did finally get home, I kind of reenacted what she liked would be a picnic date. I was there beforehand, just getting the stuff ready. When I came home, I walked through the door with a basket, and she was all surprised, saying, "What's this?" I just went, shh, and there in the backyard, and we had a nice picnic in the backyard.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Only you and Annie?
Yes.
Or
Yes, just
the
me.
kids were there?
Well, no, the kids were helping, set up and everything, and then, they were just, in and out, but they kind of left us alone, they just wanted to see what all the excitement was about, their mom blushing and everything, and they were just really.
So everybody was there?
Yeah, everyone was there,
Okay.
mom, let them, just keep them inside, as much as she could, without being too mean, it was a special time for us, just to do something at the house, and but it went off without a hitch, so it was good.
Nice.
It was good.
And how did you talk to Betsy, to Grandma, about giving you your space, basically?
Okay, well,
what
with
do you
mom,
tell her?
I just told her flat out, it's like, she's my wife, I need some time alone with her, maybe not as much as I would like, but, with her you just have to be very direct. And with Annie, she just doesn't know about being very direct about that. And, if you just tell her pretty much head on is what needs to be done, kind of like laid out like a little kid, she responds more to that. And I just said, Mom, I just need some space with my wife, even if it's for an hour, half an hour, it would be great if you just keep the kids inside entertained. And she understood that. She kind of gave me a face, but she understood what I wanted to what I was asking of her. So in that retrospect, she did meet me halfway as much as she could, and that's the way it happened.
Okay. How do you feel about that? He
Took
he
authority.
surprised you? Yeah, did he surprise you?
He did. It was a big surprise. He just came in the door with this big old basket, and I wasn't expecting it. It was very nice. He just led me outside and he handled the kids, and he even had Happy Meals for them, you know, so that they could have their dinner inside with grandma. So we ate our dinner outside, and it was very nice. It was very nice.
How fun, how fun. Way to go, guys. How about your two dinner times last week? Times going.
That was a little bit more tricky than I thought it would be. That didn't go so well. We did have one dinner, but the other one was Dante had practice, and the day that I wanted to do it, Angeline, she had choir practice, and
It was just a bunch of
yeah.
conflicts with our
What's your
schedules.
schedule?
So we were lucky to get the one dinner time in. It was a nice dinner though.
So it was half.
Okay. Alright. Did you get to cook, Ali?
No, he took me out.
Oh, okay.
It was one of
Took
those
you-
other times where he asked Grandma if we'll watch the kids just for a little while. We didn't go too far though. We were back within about 45 minutes. So,
Yeah, they couldn't get too much trouble, hopefully.
yeah.
Alright. Very good. Very good. So your schedule is getting better
It is.
at work?
Yeah, at work, just because I've told him to ease up on me a little bit. Only call me when needed, absolutely, at the last second, if you can't find anybody else. And I've been coming home more late because, I want to try more. And I think I have been. And Annie has been meeting me halfway with accomplishing this, I think. She's a little bit more understanding. If I call her, it's like, hey, they have no one else. And she's like, okay, we don't get as much arguments as we did before.
Yeah, because he does come home. He's coming more often, so I'm not. If he has to stay, it's because he has to stay. It's not something he's just staying because he wants to make more money or something. It's because they need him there, and I can understand that. That's good that he's coming home more.
Nice. How are Dante and Angeline doing?
With their aunt.
And the whole
Well,
situation.
George here has talked to his sister and explained the situation with the kids, and from what he explained to me, she does feel a little bad about the situation. Not so much the argument between us, but that she had it in front of our children. So she's called a few times, and we've handed the phone over to the kids, and she's just been talking to them. And so we're hoping that grows a little bit more slowly, but it's getting there. They're feeling a little bit more comfortable just talking to her now. It's a good thing.
Okay. And has she been nicer to them too? Has
To
she
me?
tried and to you?
She really hasn't talked to me.
Oh, okay.
She's still a little steaming over what she thinks happened. So I don't know what to do with that situation. I think George is gonna have to still keep talking to her about that until she's ready to talk to me. So I don't know. We'll wait and see on that one.
Okay, and how is Betsy doing? Your mom?
Mom, she has her days. She there's days where she seems like back to her old normal self, and then there are the dark days where it can be, where she wigs out for no reason. She'll start crying when she's depressed, and we try to help her. Recently we've had to up her medication because the doctors were saying that she's just depressed for some reason. They haven't really diagnosed it. She keeps going. They still don't know what's wrong. But they're leaning towards more bipolarism. But recently we just had to give her an upper meds. When she's on the meds, she's fine. But she again forgets to take them. And that's when we have the really bad days.
Yeah, and I try to help her remember, you know, if she can't remember, I have them there for her, you know, I have the schedule for her, but she refuses, or she just gets in an argument with me that why is she taking them. Sometimes she forgets that she's taking them, that she needs to take them, so I don't know, maybe we can make her a charge or something that she can follow, maybe with her name on it, so she knows what she's doing for herself. That way she's more independent.
Okay, so has it been a lot of conflict with her due to her medication?
On her taking it, yes. I don't know if she's just refusing because she doesn't want to take them, or it's just because she just forgets and she doesn't know why she's taking them. I'm not too sure, you know, why she's making a big fuss out of it, but I'm trying to follow what George said and give her more for independence, so that's why I think the chart might help her, or maybe some kind of timer or clock or something, I don't know, to help her remember these kinds of things. I don't know.
So, are things getting a little better at home? Have you seen any change between you and Grandma, or everything continues, or the problems
I
are
guess
still there?
Yeah, I guess it goes along with how she's feeling that day sometimes, and I guess this is an improvement. Sometimes she'll be nice to me. Ever since I started taking her to her bingo games, she's not so much nicer to me, but she gives me my space. And then when she has her bad days, she can't help but criticize what I do or how I do it. So it's just like it goes back to how it was.
So the more experienced woman, Chris, I think, basically that's what she thinks or what she's doing.
Yeah, she's putting her 2 cents in everything that I do, you know. It seems like I can't do anything right. And it kind of bothers, you know, especially when it has to do with my own kids. The other day, you know, we were arguing, and it was Dante was running around chasing our daughter, and I stopped them, and I told him, you know, go to your room, you're on timeout, and you know, she had to put in her 2 cents, you know, this is what I would do if they were my kids, you know, and I simply put it, you know, these are my kids, and this is how I want to raise them. So it's just one of those days. The next day we were fine. Like, she totally forgot what had happened. So.
Did she ever apologize to you, or did
No.
she say anything to you about telling you how you should discipline your kids? Or?
No.
And did you talk to her? Did you bring back the situation?
I didn't bring back the situation. It's one of the things you guys told me to work on is talking more, but I'm talking more to him, but not with her. I did not bring back the situation, confront her about it. If she forgot, I was gonna just let it go.
I would like to ask you a question about, if you remember a point of time last week when you had a conflict with Grandma and George was at home. Do you remember something happening between you and Grandma and day when he was home?
When he was home.
Yeah. And what happened?
I guess I was cooking dinner and he was sitting at the table and she was tasting my spaghetti sauce, and I guess I put too much salt she started criticizing, I guess. And I just, it's like, I just told her that's how I always make it, and she kind of nudged me aside and started making it herself, she said, I'm gonna make it better. So and then George was sitting there and he was listening to us, and he put his 2 cents in.
I did, and when I did see what did happen, I knew to go ahead and support Annie. You know, it's just like, well, Mom, what are you doing? You know, it's like, that's how we've had it for years. Why are you gonna try to improve on something that's what this family likes? And Mom kind of just brushed it aside and still went on, you know, mixing the spices or whatever. And the fact that she ignored me completely when I was talking to her, I could see where Annie feels, you know, just cast aside, like being ragged, you know, and that wasn't a very good feeling. So we let cooler heads prevail. I pulled Annie aside, you know, it's like, I know, you know, again, how much I can do, you know, but I did try to support you, and you know, we'll just let her do this one, you know, we'll let her get away with it, you know, because it's just gonna create something bigger than what it is. So she still wanted to say something. I kind of more or less talked her out of it to just not fight, because it would just been a never-ending cycle. So we let her, you know, cook the rest of the meal for that night.
Yeah, it made me somehow feel better just when he intervened, just that he knows what I've been going through. That way he saw what I was going through, and he knows what I've been going through, so now he knows. And we let that one go, but maybe next time we can all 3 talk.
And do you think Grandma is feeling pushed away when that happened, or do you think she's understanding the situation? Finally, she's understanding that Anne is your wife and you want to support her. Or what do you think is running through her head?
Honestly, I don't even know what's going through her mind. Because again, like Annie mentioned earlier, you know, she just forgot about it. Didn't say a word. I don't know if they've said anything about maybe dementia or anything, or things of that nature. We haven't had her tested for it, but I'm starting to think we need to, because she has been getting worse lately, about from one thing to another. You know, the next day she was just like kind of like floating on air, and not saying anything about it. And when I tried to approach her about it, she was just like with a confused look, like, more or less, what are you talking about? And I more or less tried to explain the situation briefly, but then she was just like, I don't understand. Why are we talking? Well, I don't know what is going on. So I left it at that. I'm like, nothing, Mom, forget it. Just, if you don't remember, nothing happened. She's like, okay. And kind of went about her day, putting her around the house like she does. So I don't know if it's medical or she's and maybe messing with us. I'm not sure, but it's anyone's guess, honestly.
Okay. And do you think she feels like she's winning the battle, or she's like she's getting away with things that she?
I think in a way she is winning the battle, because if he's just dropping it, then she's winning the battle, because
Well, I mean, we don't know that for sure, though.
that's true, but if the situations keep happening,